All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back, guys. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Let me get this up here. Let me just get a quick audio check. Make sure we're all loud and clear. Hope you guys can all see me and hear me all good. Audio and video good. Awesome. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy pre-NFP day today. Obviously, we have NFP today. Tomorrow. And there's not really too much on the cards today. There is unemployment claims, but it doesn't really bring that much impact into the markets anymore. Something we have every week. But yeah, we do have that NFP tomorrow. So big day tomorrow. Decent sell-off on gold in Asia today. I did take an initial loss on the day, then did take some more buys on gold. Got back to about up 20 ticks, but we're gonna trade the 150 this morning here with you guys. See if we do get some plays in London this morning. And yeah, we'll have a look at all other markets this morning, guys. Not just gold. We'll have a look at Nasdaq. We'll have a look at the ES. We'll have a look at crude, copper. We'll have a look at absolutely everything as well. So we'll stick around for the next hour and a half, guys. If any of you guys are new here, my name is Aaron Trades. I've been trading for about 7 years and mainly focus on gold futures here in the European session. So let's see what we get for gold for the day, guys. Gold's been in a little bit of a nice downtrend today. You did come up. You liquidated some highs here, which I kind of had this trend line coming down here. I was actually looking for gold to come up and tap the highs of this range. However, you couldn't quite get that high. You did hit the second touch of the trend line, held this big resistance, and then had a nice sell-off, pulled back, and continued selling lower. So we have been in a little bit of a downtrend to start the morning, which I was actually looking for initially buys on the day. I was open to some longs on the day on gold, but you know, we kind of just been creeping lower, and that's what gold loves to do before major news such as NFP, is you can kind of just creep lower, leave loads of upside liquidity. Like you never even grabbed these highs here. If I just bring this up here, you never quite tapped into the very highs of this resistance, held it, and then just squeezed lower. And that's, yeah, like I say, that's what gold loves to do pre-major news. Now, yesterday, we stuck around on stream a little bit longer. We didn't end up taking these sells yesterday, but you guys kind of see, you did end up coming down and grabbing this support level that we spoke about yesterday, where we mentioned, a lot of people are trying to buy here, sitting their stops down just below, where you can see here, it took all the way until, I believe, pre-New York. Yeah, pre-New York, you came down, you tagged the lows, you stopped out any early buys here, broke out, and then had this lovely, lovely push into the New York session. I didn't trade New York yesterday, but it would have been very, very nice to have traded, because it was a very, very, very nice move. Right after grabbing the lows, we then ended up coming all the way back for the highs here as well. This was some nice 4-hour highs. Came down, tagged lows, broke out, held it. Beautiful push. I would love to see something similar today. We'll have a look at NQ as well. Afternoon, bro. Afternoon, man. Welcome back, everyone. But yeah, no pre-London trades for me so far yet this morning. I had seen some more buying opportunities around here on gold. However, I just decided to stay patient. Once you kind of grabbed highs and broke out, I was like, well, you're kind of holding massive resistance here. You've broken out, you've held it, you've continued to squeeze lower. So we are intraday squeezing down here on gold. Now let's do some top-down analysis for you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a good day in the markets. I did see some people were taking a lot of losses today on gold, which it happens. But as long as you can manage your risk and keep the losses small, that's what's more important. Whereas for me, I look at this daily, kind of same as what I said yesterday, guys. What is this daily direction? Well, we're a little bit choppy, We're stuck at 3,400, which is a massive level of weekly resistance that we haven't really closed above. And we do know this weekly is in a massive range. So I have seen cleaner days on gold. I've seen much cleaner days, guys. Now, it doesn't mean we can't trade. You know, even in this weekly range that we've been in since the 21st of April, we still had great trades. But the more you get stuck in this range, the harder it gets. So for me, I've been, you know, very, very patient. And that's what I always say to you guys, you know, be okay with not being in a trade 24/7. Because if you guys get to a point of trading full time, if you can't bear to not be in a position every single minute of every waking hour, it's the most stressful and unenjoyable career in the world. So know when to take that step back. And I think so far today, it has been one of them days. I'm still going to look for plenty of opportunities today, guys, but, you know, patience might pay, and we'll look at some other markets as well. But yeah, overall, we do know gold is in this weekly range. We tried to break out on Monday. On Tuesday, we grabbed the highs and closed bearish. Yesterday, we closed back above. We got a lot of equal lows down here as well, and we got some equal highs. So we got 2 equal lows down here where gold may spike up into, and we do have some highs. So we kind of see, you can kind of see liquidity on both sides. Now, overall, I do like gold longs overall, but you know that doesn't have to happen right now. You know, that's what gold loves to do before big major before big major NFP days. It can leave a lot of liquidity. You know, it can, you know, just kind of creep down right before the news, and then, you know, then you can get them big moves. So intraday, we could be looking for some sells potentially. Like I say, I'm overall bullish, but I'm not bullish from here. Maybe I'm bullish below some previous daily lows. So could that be an opportunity to intraday short down into them areas? Yeah, possibly. Let's drop down and have a look. Today's been very baity. Looked good so many times in the 15. Glad to have stayed out. Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, there's been so many false traps today. You know, trying to get you to jump in the longs, or trying to get you to jump in a certain direction, and then you just keep getting squeezed out. And that is what we've seen happen time and time again. Any of you guys who are maybe new to the streams, we notice this a lot on pre-major news event days. Gold loves to build up a lot of liquidity, and then it's quite easy to pick direction for news days. So let's have a look at the 4-hour time frame here, guys. Daily's in a little bit of range. We do have some nice lows down here. You know, we're holding major resistance. We closed above 3,400. We grabbed the highs and closed back below, and now we've held it for 2 days as resistance. So major daily resistance, major daily support back down at 33.50. Let me put this level on, guys. I like to do my 50 levels as well. Maybe we'll make this one. Let's make this one 25%. Make it a little bit lower. Let me go. I used to actually label these higher time frame charts. You can have this one as, let's say if this is, you know, if you really want to keep it clean, let's go weekly resistance. Let's actually, let's not do that. I'm watching the low time frame here, guys. Nothing's moving just yet. We got time. I just want to put on our, let's make it go, no, let's pick it to the right. So we got our weekly resistance there. We have, let's call this weekly sup, which is weekly support. And let's put that on the bottom on the right as well. And then maybe this can be our, let's say, daily sup. Let's put that white, and let's put that on the right as well. Cool. So now we drop down. We know what these lines mean. We got weekly support here, weekly resistance, daily support sitting down here. And what you guys can do with these levels as well, you know, just to keep it clean for when you drop down, if you really want to, something that I used to do is I used to go visibility and just change this to like 4 hour and higher. So if I drop down to the hourly, you know, if you watch this level here, if I drop down to the 4 hourly, it will stay. But if I drop down any lower just to keep it cleaner, it will go, because I don't want to keep it too messy. It's just if you want to. Let's keep on all of them for now. Yeah, trend line looks nice for London. Yeah, I agree, man. I'm watching that trend. It looks really, really nice. So we're weekly resistance, daily support sitting down here. Let's have a look at the 4 hour time frame here on gold. We've grabbed a lot of highs here. We've been holding this resistance for quite some time. You know, like I say, I do believe gold is going to break this resistance, but does it have to happen right away? Possibly not. It may need a big catalyst such as news, such as NFP, to actually give it that big move. 4 hour held resistance here in Asia. We can see here we came up, tagged the highs, closed back below the resistance. The reason I didn't sell Asia is because I also kind of saw support here. So I was like, I can see support, I can see resistance, cool. Let's wait. We've broken back below. So could this 4 hour be coming for a little bit of a squeeze lower? You know, we have a, I guess you could say we've also got a little trend line coming down here as well. So could you come down and manipulate some of this first? Yeah, maybe. It's I'm like same as yesterday, guys. You know, I'm very neutral here on gold. We have just tagged previous hourly highs here, and we're starting to find some resistance. We got London open in about 15 minutes. Let me see here. So what do? We held this resistance here in Asia. Had a nice little sell-off here. Let me get rid of these trades. These are from this week. Let's do some fresh, clean analysis here. So where's our next? If we do look to short this, where's our targets? Could we be coming back down to hold some of these areas? I guess, but you'd probably want to break. You'd probably want to break here first. If you break back below these hourly lows, then you could be looking for a short here on gold. I'm kind of having to break this down quite a lot here because nothing's super clear. So I'm having to break this down and try and get an overall understanding. Yeah, you know, very higher time frames, 100%. I usually, you know, I do trade off the 5-minute, but you know, gold on the higher time frames is a little bit choppy. So I'm trying to understand what the higher time frames might be telling me before I drop down. So I drop down straight to my lower time frame. You know, that's what gold loves to do. It loves to get you trapped on the wrong side. So, but if I can get in, you know, just an overall understanding of what my higher time frames do, and then when I drop down to lower time frames, it's going to be easier. So big support being held here. Big support here, came up, grabbed the highs. Hourly, previous hourly did close bearish. This hourly just tagged the highs and started to reject. Potential 30-minute fake out sells soon for the London Open. If we can close back below here after tagging the highs, you may be looking for a bit of a pullback here on gold. Let's see. I think that's as much breakdown as we need to do right now before we overanalyze. You kind of got a trend line coming down here as well, so we could be squeezing that. You know, what we're looking for pre-London is potentially maybe come down, tag these lows, and then see if you get something like this. So potential intraday bearishness on gold before seeing some overall longs. You know, I do love the gold buys back up into 34.10. However, I can see some potential squeezes lower before that. Possible 15-minute fake outs on the sell. Yeah, I think so. You know, you came up, you tagged the previous highs, you squeezed lower. Kind of pretty much what we've done all day today. You didn't quite come up the highs, but here, tag the highs, push down. Here, tag the previous highs, push down. Tag the previous highs, another push down. Yeah, possible. Big support being formed here as well, though. That's the only thing with gold right now. You know, there's a lot of noise. What I mean by noise is there's a lot of support to the left. There's a lot of big ranges. So I think our safest bet here on gold, I don't really want to look at the 15 too much because I kind of look at this 30. And I'd like to see a potential 30 closure above. And that 30 closure below. And that 30 closure below would also leave that very nice hourly wick rejection. So I think that would probably be the safest option. What do you mean about tomorrow's news, NFP? Yeah, you got non-farm payroll tomorrow. So it's very, very big news for the US dollar. Which if I just very quickly have a look at the US dollar, here on my trading view chart, let me just have a quick little look, see how we're looking. Let me see if I can briefly show you guys a quick DXY outlook. Can you guys see that quickly? Should be good. It's not perfect, but it'll do. So quick outlook on the US dollar. US dollar is at major support. Huge support. Also tapping into monthly's lows. So, I mean, the thing is, if the US dollar starts to find some support and push up, then, you know, overall gold will push down. So that's a kind of interesting outlook there. How's the daily? Yeah, you can kind of see here on the DXY. Look at this. We've been, you know, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. So that choppiness on the US dollar is kind of why gold is also creating some pretty aggressive ranges. But to me, the US dollar looks like it's good to have a bit of a pullback. So US dollar strength wouldn't really be good for gold. So something to keep in mind. Let me just go back to my normal chart here. But yeah, pre-CPI, things can get pretty choppy. I don't really trade on the day of NFP. I'll still be streaming with you guys tomorrow. You know, maybe we'll trade a combine instead. I could trade the Thursday of NFP, but you know, the closer you do get and the bigger the ranges become, the more, I guess, conservative I typically get. Like I say, it's not to say we can't take trades, but it just means saying, we need to be more cautious. Like I say, I've seen a lot of people taking a lot of big losses today, and that's never a good sign. Not before major NFP news. So I think we got a clear plan right now on gold. Potential fake out closes below for sells, and if we do close back above, then great. We have nice longs back up into 3,400, and potentially yesterday's high. So buys back above here, closure below, and we could see some sells. Cool. We got gold trapped in a pretty nice range now, and now we simply wait for the markets to come to us. So I kind of like what we're doing right now. We've kind of gone from trying to understand that weekly time frame. We got our weekly resistance, we got our daily support levels, and now we've got gold trapped. If we break back above here, fantastic. We got some nice longs to come up and liquidate some of this trend line. If we break below, fantastic. We could be seeing a deeper correction back down into 33.75. So we've got two very good areas to watch now on gold. So we've got a pretty safe game plan here for the London Open, which is in about 10 minutes. I know Nasdaq did have a nice push yesterday again, because the stocks were moving very nice this morning. Very, very nice. These were our liquidity levels from yesterday. You came up, tagged the highs, came straight down for the lows, and then came straight back for the highs. So, yeah, there's some pretty aggressive ranges. Yeah, all of them. Yep, NFPs, FOMC, CPI, PPI. Yeah, they're all the biggest news events you typically want to be careful of, especially NFP and FOMC as well. They're the biggest. CPI as well. Yeah, very, very, very big news. But yeah, look at that on even though NQ as well. How many guys are getting taking some? I hope you guys aren't taking big losses here. You guys know, I'm very patient, but I'm not over patient. I'm patient for a reason. I'm patient because I wait for quality over quantity. This is a huge aggressive range, even on NQ. Again, I think a lot of people would have been getting pretty wiped out in this range. Yeah, nice one. Absolutely. Yeah, it's this is a aggressive range. Look at that. Came up, hit the highs, massive sell-off. Where did you come down into? Right into this lower liquidity region, which I was actually looking for price to grab in London. Couldn't quite grab these lows in London. Came right for the highs, straight back down, all the way back up, right back down again, and then back up. This is some yeah, some aggressive ranges. Nice. You guys on YouTube, we've got Craig here on Zoom. No trades for me this week on that purely because of the unclear PA. Yeah, absolutely, man. I love that. And no trades also means you've protected your capital, which is amazing, which is good, man. It's good. I do still love these weekly highs here. These weekly highs on NQ look really nice. But again, same as gold, it can take until NFP before you come and grab them. Let me just have a really quick look at the weekly. Let's see. Yeah, you're looking really big. If we see all-time highs again on NQ this year, that would be absolutely huge, considering the crazy sell-off we have had this year, which honestly is looking pretty likely. Where do we start the year? Start the year from the highs. We dipped down to lows of about what? Let me see, where's the lows here? 25% to now. Can we end up the green? Up 5+%. What, 25,000? Man, that'd be huge. And this is why I was I was buying a lot of stocks in March and April. Even in February, I was buying a lot of stocks. Bought a lot of stocks in February, a lot of stocks in March, a lot of stocks in April. And if we can see new all-time highs here on the Nasdaq, that would be absolutely huge. But in terms of intraday trading, yeah, last week's highs do look very, very nice. Yeah, I got a lot of stocks here. I was buying up as much as I can. Nice morning star being held here. Nice breakout on Monday. Continuation through to Tuesday and Wednesday. But what's interesting here on NQ is these highs being grabbed here and holding this resistance. Like, is this starting to shape up to be a potential evening star? Maybe. Could we be due a little bit of a correction? on NQ. I mean, you're at pretty strong daily and weekly resistance, although these highs look lovely to be grabbed. You know, could we still get intraday pullbacks from here? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. So what have we done? We come up close very bullish yesterday. Grabbed the highs, closed bearish. Bullish, bearish. So 4 hour is extremely choppy. I'm still watching gold here, guys. We got London open in about 5 minutes. You know, it does look nice for a correction, but also, you know, these are some pretty huge rejections here of this support. Massive rejections. Wow, look at this. I don't even know what to even look at here. I look at this on NQ and I go, Jesus, like, what is there to even try and do in this range? Look at this. Look at these wick rejections to the highs and lows here, guys. If you ever see the markets like this, just be like, okay, cool. That's a pretty good reason for me to stay very, very patient. I do like this for a bit of a sell-off. You got massive support down here. You got big resistance being held up here. What do we do in Asia today? I know Dakota did take some sells today in Asia. Where are we? Where's Asia today? What have we done? Could have grabbed some highs, wick down. Very choppy. Let's have a look. 4 minutes here, guys. 4 minutes. I'm still watching Goldie. Let me go to the 30-minute. Do you have any favorite chart tools for beginners? Price action, man. Price action and very basic support and resistance. Sounds too easy, but you know, in the earlier days, you want to focus on becoming a good executor. And the more you overcomplicate your charts, the harder that is going to be, especially for something as gold. If you can watch gold, how gold reacts off massive support and resistance levels, and being able to read, you know, the higher time frame, you'll have a very easy time, man. So get good at the basics. You know, if you want to add tools into your arsenal as you progress, fantastic. But in the earlier days, get good at just reading basic support and resistance and price action. That's all you need. Like I say, you know, as you develop, you might want to start to add in more tools. But in the earlier days, yeah, focus on pure price action and just executing really well. Don't be scared of losing. You're going to lose, but just become a good executor. What we got here in NQ? Look at this. We've kind of got a trend line coming down here, which you may squeeze. You are tapping into some nice lows down here. I do like these areas down here. Where's this? Back at 21,700. Some nice lows. But this is again, I thought gold was looking bad. What do you guys think of NQ? I'm looking at NQ and I'm going, I don't know what NQ is doing here. You know, I can see it coming up to grab the highs. I can see it coming down to grab the lows. You know, it's one of them where I was like, I think you have to let the markets come to you. I would say if you do close back above, 27.45-ish, you know, you could look for a pullback into 21.77s. Maybe come back up and hold some of these. Was this the Asia high? Yeah, pretty much Asia high. Asia high. What does that sound funny? So if you close back above, yeah, you could play this range here. Is it the cleanest of ranges? Not really. But I guess it would make more sense. You know, you're holding this nice support. You came down, you grabbed the lows once, grabbed the lows twice, holding this support. So if you can break back above with a volume, then, you know, you want to be very reactive. If there's ever a time to be very reactive in the markets, guys, it's this week. And what I mean by that is, you know, it's okay to have your analysis and, you know, draw where you think price might go, but don't be glued to a certain bias. Like I look at NQ here, I look at gold here. And if I was to say to you guys, you know, what's my bias for the day? I would honestly be like, I don't have one. I'm extremely neutral. And I want to be very reactive to the way that the markets break out. And I want to be following the markets. This isn't the time to be, you know, over-analyzing or over-predicting. Like I say, it's fine to have, you know, where you think price might go, but don't be glued to a certain bias. This isn't a market to let your ego get involved, because you can get wiped out pretty quick, which is what we don't want to do. You want to be very reactive. Always be reactive, but more so during these times. So yeah, NQ, if you can break back above, you could see some longs. If you break back below, shorts down into this level do look nice. Anywhere in this range for me personally, I'm not even too interested in trying to drop down to the 5 minute and trying to understand what's going on here. If the 30 minutes looking like this, the 5 minutes not going to tell me anything else. We got 1 minute till the London Open here, guys. Hourly on gold, still trying to get back below. We may get some 30-minute fake out sells on gold potentially. Yeah, we'll have a look at ES. We'll have a look at copper as well. you want to see this London open here in 1 minute? What do you prefer, 150s or 50s? I have both, man. I have both. I have some 50s, because the 50s got 100, got 150. I was trading just on the 50s for a while, but now I'm trying to switch out my 50s for 150s, just because I can leverage more gains. But when you're starting out, 50s are great. You know, I traded all 50s for pretty much April and May, and had some great payouts. But now I'm wanting to switch these out. I kind of want to max out my accounts here with the 50s. Sorry, 150s, just so I can trade bigger size, have bigger drawdown, and bigger profits hopefully. But you can take amazing trades just trading the 50s, man. 50s is more than enough. I don't really have a preference, to be honest. Well, when you're trying to get the consistency down, 50s, you know, great. Don't even worry about, you know, trying to copy trade, trying to trade huge big size. Just get consistent on 50s. Hi, Aaron. Any chance of a quick look at yes? Yeah, absolutely. We can absolutely have a look at yes. We got London open here, guys. Let me just have a quick look here. So what are we doing here in this hourly? We came up, we tagged previous hourly highs and wick down, coming for an instant bottom wick, which is not really what I'd want to see. I want to see a top wick to go short. Let me just have a quick look at the 4 hour here. Yeah, see, 4 hour on the Oanda chart is at massive support. I look at this 4 hour on my currency chart here, and you're tapping into previous 4 hour lows and holding support. So that 4 hour makes me think longs. This hourly makes me think shorts. 30-minute did just, you know... 30-minute did just tag highs and close bearish, which I can't ignore. So what can we say? We can say, cool, we got resistance being formed here. We got support being held here. And this is a very tough range. Kind of similar to NQ. You may just have to wait for a closure above. Is the 15 telling us anything else? Probably not. I know it's a pretty decent grab of the highs and a bearish closure. But, you know, where did you tap into? Previous lows. So we're tapping the highs and then we're tagging the lows. Very, very tough on gold, guys. Remember though, you know, one candle can change anything for us. You know, we could you know, we could get trades here. We absolutely could, but I think we just need to let the markets come to us. Yeah, absolutely, Sean. Yeah, I'm good every day, man. Every day, absolutely. Tomorrow, you guys will be joining me from Melbourne. I'll be tuning in from Melbourne tomorrow, guys. I'm going to Melbourne for the weekend, which would be cool. Pre-NFP. And then, yeah, we're going on the trading retreat. Not next week, the week after as well, which would be cool. Let's watch these 15 highs here. Yeah, can we look at ES? Yep, absolutely. Let's have a look at ES. Then we'll have a look at copper as well. Wow, look at this range. Some nice liquidity up here on ES. Nice thing about ES, did you hit the lows? Starting to get some volume here now, guys. Got London coming in here. Did you hit the lows? Not quite. Let's have a quick look at the daily. I imagine it's very similar to NQ. Yeah, again, this looks more like a reversal here on ES. You know, you're holding 6,000. You grabbed yesterday's high, closed bearish, but you did also tap right into yesterday's low. Let's have a quick look at the 4 hour. Look at this 4 hour. Wow, look at that. Huge rejections. Grab the highs. Big sell-off. Wherever you come down into, major support. So you got major 4 hour support here, major 4 hour resistance here. Let's drop down to the hourly. What have we done for the past few hours? The past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, you have been in a range. But, you know, I kind of look at this and I go, well, I can see this having a bit of a pullback. Kind of trying to print like a head and shoulders here. Anyone who's maybe selling here on ES could see some stops sitting above. So you could maybe squeeze these highs, have a deeper retracement before having a larger pullback later on. Let's get rid of this little head and shoulders that we drew here. So you may see ES is actually kind of looking nicer. You may see something like this before having a sell-off. And the way that I like to trade is, you know, rather than waiting for prices to get up into here and then trying to go short, I like to expose myself to the fact that anything can happen. So in normal markets, I'd be looking for breakouts to actually buy up into this area. Which, could you look for longs? You probably want to see at least the first 15 minutes of the London Open, guys. Don't get too excited by this bullish candle. At any point, this can wick back down. So if you can break out here on the 50 on ES, you may have a bit of a pullback here. It's probably looking nicer than gold, to be honest. Probably looking nicer than gold. Yeah, anyone's in some early shorts probably going to get squeezed out here. Get squeezed out of these early shorts, have a bit of a pullback into this massive zone here. Before then, you know, once we do get up here, either you sell off or you break back above and continue going higher. That's why it's good to expose yourself to the fact that, you know, if you can see price needs to pull back into this area, well, rather than just waiting for price to get up into there and then trying to go short, well, there's nothing to say when we do get here, we can't break above and continue pushing. So you'd want to expose yourself to the fact that this area is a nice area that needs to be tapped and try and look for the longs. Gold having a nice push here, guys. Gold having a nice push. Let's have a look here. Hourly time frame, holding some resistance within the first 4 minutes here. You have instantly wicked up, which is kind of similar to what we said yesterday, remember? So you came down, just grabbed the lows, closing bullish. I guess you could argue, you know, you're trying to hold an inverse head and shoulders with a nice neckline up here. So if you can break above. But the way I like to trade these head and shoulders is I prefer to be entering in from around here. So we'll see. If you re-break these highs here, then yeah, you could see gold pull back into 3,400. Which is, you know, I don't use fibs very often, but in terms of the, where's the, like, pull back up into like 50%, maybe even more. Let's see. When you get moved to live, do you trade with 750 or just 150? When you get moved to live, it'll be your combined profits, I believe. So it wouldn't be 750 because that's what you have in your account. So it'd be depending on how much profit you have in the balance. No. Yeah, you need more green days. Yep. You need 5 green days every time, man. Every time. Coach Hoopenhouse. Good evening, man. Good show tomorrow on TopstepTV on Fast Markets. MP will be back. I guess he'll be sharing lots of good things. Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, good to have a MP back tuning in again. Awesome. Aaron, quick question after 5. Winning trades on an Express account. Are we able to withdraw weekly? If it's not 5 winning days after that. So you need 5 green winning days every single time you take the payout, man. It doesn't have to be consecutive though, remember. And I think a lot of people try and make it consecutive and then end up taking loads of losses. It doesn't have to be consecutive, just over all 5 green days to take your next payout. Yep. So yeah. Yes, you move to live after 5 payouts. So your starting live balance is set by your total XFA balance up to the largest XFA of 50, 100, or 150. Yep, nice. And after you've hit your 30 green, after you've hit your 30 total green days, then you can take uncapped daily payouts, which is pretty awesome. Gold coming up into these previous highs here, guys. Finally starting to see some volume. Probably the most signs of volume we have seen all morning. But where are we coming back into? We are coming back into here. I would love to see a breakout here. I would love to see a breakout. Breakout, and you may pull back into this 3,400 level. It's the first sign of volume we've seen all morning here. Gold is waking up. Good morning, gold. This is what we like to see. Gold is joining us. Gold squeezing up. NQ squeezing up here as well. Got an entry at 33.90. Oh, let me see, man. 33.90. Very nice. 33.90 here. Nice, nice, nice. 33.90. Yeah, cool. Probably already managing 33.90. What's that? 40 ticks. Very nice. Yeah, break even. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, you did get that nice 5-minute breakout there. Grab the lows here. Closed bullish. Straight back up. Look at that. Very nice. So let's see if we can hold above. Then you may see pullbacks into these areas. It's kind of what we've done most times this morning. You know, you've had a pullback, you've came up, tagged the highs and pushed lower. So could we coming up to tag these highs for potentially pushing lower? Maybe. I would like to see if we can buy up into this area. Re-break in previous hourly highs here now as well. 4 hour on my currency chart is also flipping bullish. So we're starting to see some nice volume here, guys. Let's see if you get a steep pullback here. Could you look for longs up into 3,400? Yeah, I think so. I will just trade one contract today. I usually trade more on these 150s, but I only want to trade one today, given how choppy we have been. If I'm going to give gold a shot, I'm probably going to do it at reduced risk. So I'll probably trade 1 minute here. Let's see. I want to see price come down, hold these areas, and then see if you can break back above and continue pushing back up into 3,400. Maybe not that quick. Because you're kind of holding this little inverse head and shoulders here. Remember, we do also have that big trend line coming down as well. So could we be coming to squeeze up these highs? Yeah, it's possible. So I would say these highs are going to be next targets and sits nicely with 3,400. But if I'm going to get long here on gold, I want to see have a little pullback hold. Anywhere back down here would be nice. Break even, yeah, nice. Yeah, if you guys are in, yeah, I think this high here is a good management point. But personally, I'd be running this up into 3,400, which from here to here, 60 tick range, which is nice. So it looks like we're holding this support pretty well. Let me just skip this copyright-free music on. A few ticks from passing my combine. Nice. Take your time with it, man. It's not the week to go all in. You know, take your time with it. Don't force it. Just let it happen with good trades. Don't focus on the P&L. So we're coming right up for these highs here. Look at that. What a lovely push. Lovely push. Currency coming right for the highs as well. Opening and instantly pushing up. No bottom wick on the past 2 5-minute candles. Nice push. How's that 15 looking? Yeah, 15 starting to get some nice volume here as well, guys. This might be the first 15 breakout that we've seen all morning. This is the most volume we've seen so far this morning. I've been watching gold since we started watching about 6 a.m. I believe. 6 a.m. Didn't really want to jump in the shorts. Didn't get chopped in here, but finally now we're starting to have that breakout. We're letting the markets come to us. Yeah, and NQ and gold following suit again. NQ coming up to squeeze this trend line. So NQ pushing higher. We got gold also pushing higher. Both have a nice push. ES coming with the highs as well. Very nice. Very nice. We'll have a look at copper as well. I want to see if we're going to get this gold breakout though. You have just come up and tagged these highs, which is interesting. Within the first, remember again, kind of similar to yesterday's, hourly's open and instantly pushed up. If we can get a little bit of a pullback into this area, I wouldn't mind looking for some longs. If you can hold above here, playing this range up into 3,400 looks good. If you break back below, then you may continue to range, which this would be my no trade range here. I wouldn't want to trade in here, but if we can hold above this level, then yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing if we can get some longs. So let's see if this next 5 minute can maybe come down, grab the lows, hold this area, and then see if we can continue pushing. Just passed my combine. Amazing. Beautiful work. On a day like today, that's amazing. Lovely work. Lovely work. Yeah, good job on a day like today. You know, that's, you can be locked out for the week as well. You got NFP tomorrow, so you don't want to force that before NFP. So that's amazing work. Beautiful work. Did you get the longs? Yeah, well done. Yeah, amazing work. Amazing. Assuming you got the buys. Yeah, lovely work. Lovely work. We've got this first 15 minute of the London Open here in 1 minute, guys. If this 15 can open and instantly come lower, I'm going to look for a break of the high. Ooh, let's see though. We want to continue holding above. Let's see. Took the push on ES. Nice. Yeah, ES looked like to be the nicest setup, to be honest. Yeah, nice. I just needed 200 to pass. Yeah, beautiful work. Lovely. Yeah, you probably got the nicest push here. ES was much nicer than gold. Grab the lows, close bullish. Lovely push. Nice trade. Good job on passing the account. That's amazing work. I personally would save it for next week. I wouldn't try and trade it NFP, but good job. You can treat yourself to a long weekend if you really want to. Amazing work. That's what we like to see. Let's see if Goldie's going to be good here, guys. We've got 20 seconds here. 15's having a nice breakout. Most volume we've seen all morning. You came down here, you hit the lows, and you're finally starting to break out. This is the closure we wanted to see. Now, the only thing is, this is still a strong area. So we would have to be aggressive with the management. Look here. This is big resistance, big support, resistance. So this is still a strong area. But if we can get a nice bottom wick and maybe play this range and see if we can break these highs, then you may get in anticipating the breakout. So let's have a look at the 5 minute. See if this 5 minute can come down. If I'm going to get long here on gold, wow, that's a pretty strong 5 minute rejection. Look at that. Right the last couple of seconds there. Tagged these highs and ended up closing bearish. Okay, not just yet. Hi, Aaron. One question. Hey, man. Can we consider the gold 1 hour pattern as a morning star? Which time frame is good to see morning and evening stars? We'll start watching the mentoring sessions tomorrow. Yeah, awesome. Sounds good. Congratulations. Good job. Let's see. Hourly morning star. I guess it is. It's not the cleanest though, because this hourly, you'd want to see this hourly close bullish. I think a nicer morning star is here. This one here. This candle closed bearish. This one came down, grabbed the lows, and massively held support, and actually closed a little bit bullish. And then you'd be getting long from here, and then you'd get your push up. Here it's not as clean. I mean, technically you did still grab the lows, but this candle closed pretty bearish. So it would have been hard for me to want to try and buy that 7 AM candle. My favorite morning stars, even here, like this is a fantastic evening star play yesterday, which if we just invert this to the lows, where is it gone? Here. Like kind of look nice. You reject, here you grab those, you hold support, and then you push up. Whereas here, the kind of middle candle closed pretty bearish. So it's not the cleanest. But in terms of the wicks, yeah, you grabbed the initial low here, grabbed the lows, held the support, couldn't quite push up though, and now you're having this squeeze here and go, wow, look at this, guys, look at this, what a push. Couldn't quite get a bottom wick here, so I'm not going to chase gold. I'm going to bite the highs, I'm going to bite the lows. I was hoping to get a little bit of a pullback down to here so I can get long here. What a lovely squeeze. Lovely squeeze here. What's this since this 5 minute breakout? 50 ticks, nice, very nice. But yeah, the best time frame to spot the morning and evening stars. My favorite is the hourly and 30 minute. They're my favorites. Hourly and 30 minute are very nice. As soon as I see, where's an example? Like for instance here. As soon as I see this candle grabbing the lows and holding support, then great. This is the candle I want to be buying on the lower time frame. So if I can see this candle grabbing the lows and holding support on the 30 minute, as soon as this candle closes on this candle here, that's where I'm dropping down to the 15 or the 5 and looking for my longs. So yeah, the higher time frame is better. And you want to make sure you're doing them at good areas as well. You don't just want to try and jump in every single, morning and hourly, morning and evening star. You want to be doing it at good areas in confluence for your overall direction. So if you're overall looking for longs, then ideally you want to see a nice hourly one. Yeah, gold's having a lovely push here, guys. I would have liked to have seen a good, just a quick little pullback, so I can get a good risk to reward. I'm not going to chase it from here, because that's what gold wants us to do. But if we can get a little bit of a pullback, yeah, I wouldn't mind, like I say, buying up into these highs here, just to give me a good risk to reward. This is a lovely push. 15 minute has a morning star on the push up. Let's have a look. Yeah, it did. Yeah, yep, here. Yep. Came down, grabbed the lows, pushed up. Kind of similar to the trade that we took on Tuesday, I believe. Kind of pretty much the same thing. Where was that trade on Tuesday? Where was it? Yeah, here. I guess maybe you can grab the lows and then you pushed up. Kind of same thing here. You close bearish and then you grab the lows and then you pushed up. Where is it? Here. Kind of the same thing. Again though, same as yesterday guys, within this first 20 minutes here, this Owlie's opened and instantly pushed up. You do have more of a bottom wick here though today, which is kind of good. That's what you'd want to see. I'd like to be in this though. I'm trying to look to see if we can find some resistance here, start to pull back, bring in some sellers, and then we can look to buy up into that resistance. Buy up into that squeeze. You are pulling back to what, 50% of this whole Asia push down, I believe? Yeah, around 50%. Which is nice to, it's nice to see some volume either way, to be honest. Nice to see some volume. Oh, look at that on NQ. Came right up into that resistance level. Did ES come for the head and shoulders as well? ES couldn't quite get there, but NQ has. That's interesting. Now that you're back here, could you be coming down for the lows? That was a lovely, lovely trendline play there. Trendline coming down. People trying short here. Squeeze up the highs. Very nice. Very, very nice. So 15, yeah, I'd like to get long below a 15 low. If I'm going to buy gold off this huge push up, I want to do it below a 15-minute low. I don't want to chase it from here. So ideally, this 15 can close bullish. Next 15 come down, tap into these lows, and then reject, and then see if we can take the break of the high, and then we can look for something like that. You know, kind of similar to this. You close bullish, you come down, you tag the lows, and then you break back above. If I'm going to get long here on gold, I'd like to do it. That's a don't know if we'll see that that big of a candle, but ideally I want to get long below these lows. I'm not gonna buy at the highs here. If it just pushes up from here, that's fine. I'm not gonna buy this high. Yeah, we can have a look at copper. I haven't had a look at copper just yet. How long have we got to this 15? What first 20 minutes here? Gold having some big moves. Copper. Let's have a look. Daily time frame on copper. Remember, we do like copper into $5. You had a nice breakout yesterday. Let's have a look. 4-hour time frame. Let's have a look here on copper. Trying to squeeze the trend line. Copper, again, copper doesn't look the cleanest. I think gold and NQ looking nicer. But you're trying to break out here. Here's your 4-hour range. And it's been in this pretty tough range for quite some time. Yeah, copper I'm not a huge fan of. I do love these levels here. Here, I would imagine if anyone's getting short here on copper, they'll sit some stops above there. So buying copper up into, let's say, 49.6 looks pretty good here. And then back up into $5 looks nice. Now, how would you want to get in them longs? You probably want to see this first 30 minute actually close and hold above. I'll say if this 30 can hold and close above here, then you've got a very nice range to play. I wouldn't want to trade in here, but if you can close above, yeah, you could play this nice range here, which is actually a pretty decent range as well. Yeah, 80 tick range, very, very nice. And maybe even if you don't close above here, maybe, if, you know, to be honest, if this 30 minute engulfs back above here, then, you know, that could also be enough. So copper looks good for longs. Copper still does have some room as well. Yeah, I know. Patient not chasing. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you try and chase gold, you know, you'll end up just, if you find yourself getting caught in at the highs, you know, if you try and take a buy here and it pulls back, you're going to look back and you go, wow, I was buying right at resistance. So although, you know, it would be lovely to already be in here on gold, gold is not one to try and chase. You know, I always think about, you know, risk to reward. It's like if I try and buy from here, well, my target's here. Where's my stop loss going to go? What, all the way down here? A 0.4 risk reward. It's just not worth it. So I'm always thinking about, you know, where would I be able to manage risk? And if I can't manage risk from buying up here, then there's just no trade. Simple as that. I want to be aiming for at least a 1 to 2 risk to reward. At least. Sometimes, you know, you might only take a 1 to 1, but as long as I can aim for at least a 1.5, 1 to 2, then that's good enough. Can I get that up here? Not really. You know, And gold doesn't just, just keep ripping like, something like NQ might do. Gold absolutely loves to come for them 15-minute liquidity grabs. When you've had a nice push, you typically come down, grab the lows, and then you have the nice push. It does it a lot. You have to come and tag into, like, if you're looking for longs, you tag into the previous lows, and then you can see the push. But again, remember, like I just also mentioned, I can't ignore that this is a huge level. Although I would love to see this break above and, we get some great longs. What I would love to see and what are going to happen are two very different things. This is still a major, major, major level of support. Big support, big support. We've broken it. And we might actually, finally, this 30-minute could be the first breakout. And then this next 30 could open, come down for a bottom wick, before then pushing higher. And where could that bottom wick tap into? Well, I'll go cool. That could be the bottom wick that could tag into the previous 30-minute lows. So, yeah, gold isn't just going to keep running out of nowhere. I know NQ does have the huge moves like that. Gold doesn't really do that typically. Gold typically creates these big ranges, and you get the steep pullback. So if you try and call the tops, you can get caught in a bad position pretty quick. NQ's going for the highs. Really, we're still going higher. Let's see. Wow! Look at that! What a push! Look at that lovely trendline breakout there. Huge play. Should have been an NQ. NQ coming for the push again. Yeah, left a full TP. Left a runner. Nice. That's what I said. I wouldn't want to be shorting this. Anyone who was probably trying to short this trend line, stop sitting just above, getting massively squeezed there. NQ looking beautiful. If that was a gold setup, that would be fantastic. That's looking much nicer than gold. Came down, grabbed those. By the time you closed above, huge push. Wow, what a push. Coming right for the highs, yeah. And if you do come for the highs, where's NQ going after that? Here. Right up into these highs. Yeah, nice. Some of you guys with NQ longs, nice. NQ's looking nicer than gold. Good job, guys. Beautiful work. NQ's looking nicer than gold. Like I say, I don't trade NQ, but that is a lovely, lovely push. We've got this 30-minute close coming in 3 minutes here as well. Took 40 ticks. Nice. Was that on gold, or did you take NQ? I think you got gold, right? Nice. GC, yep, nice work, man, beautiful work. Yeah, gold trying to find some resistance. NQ having a huge push here. The volume has left gold and got into NQ. Look at this, starting to now hold this resistance. So depending on how this 15 closes, will depend on if we actually even want to look for longs. If we grab these highs and close bearish, then we're not interested in longs. We want to see this 15 actually close a little bit bullish. So yeah, good job to take profit there, man. Came right into that big support level. I do still love these highs, but if I'm going to buy it up into here, I want to be doing it maybe even back down here. Let's see. But yeah, patience will pay. Yeah, gold. You make gold jealous. Yeah, I know. I'm not. I can't leave Goldie. Gold's been too good to me. Gold just requires a lot of patience pre-NFP days. Yeah, I like that, Sean. Yep, I like that, man. Yeah, gold is, yeah. It just requires a little bit more patience, especially like I say on a day before the day before NFP. Especially when we look at this daily. You guys know our best trades are on the days where the daily makes sense. Well, we're in a big daily range. We're even in a massive weekly range. Not that we're swing trading; it doesn't really matter too much, but it's still something to keep in mind. Especially if we go look at this 4 hour as well. Look at this 4 hour. We're bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, doji, bearish, bullish. Gotta get another dog. You gotta call him Goldie. You know what? That's the best idea you've had. That's the best idea you've had. Get another dog and call him Goldie. Yeah, that is a great idea. Get a golden retriever called Goldie. Do you have to get him some gold chains as well? Yeah, I'll beat you to it, Sean. Too late, man. Yeah, that's a good idea. Just be looking up every time we're on stream there. Every time I say Goldie, the dog would just be looking up. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Poor dog would be drove mad listening to the streams, yeah. 30-minute close coming in here, guys. 1 minute. First 30-minute London session. We're still closing bullish, though, which is nice. We're still closing bullish. Although this is a big level, you know, we are still closing above this this little range here. So this could still continue pushing. Let's see how this next 30 opens. If we open and instantly come down, I like the longs here. This is kind of the first 30-minute breakout we've had this morning, which is nice. There's nothing missed just yet. This is the markets confirming our move. This is what we want to see. Let's see, 20 seconds here. What those levels I have on my chart? Which ones, man? The dotted levels? These dotted lines are my my liquidity levels. These are my liquidity levels for the day. Here, tag this liquidity, push lower. I guess I can clear the ones that have already been hit, like here. But these are my newest ones. These are my levels that I'm looking for gold to tap into. So I'm looking for this 30-minute to open, guys. Come down into these lows. Then I'm going to look for some longs below here and see if we can continue pushing up. Let's see if this 30-minute can give us a little bit of a pullback here. Give us a nice bottom wick on this 30 and see if we can get some longs. Let me have a look. I'm on the 5-minute here. Let me go back to... Yeah, nice 30-minute close. Let's see if we can get a bit of a bottom wick here, and we'll look for longs below these 15 lows. How's platinum? Yep, we can have a look at platinum. Let's just see if gold's going to give us some longs here, and we can take a look at platinum for sure. What a movie. 110 years. Yeah, just not long-term investing in gold instead. Now, you would have made great gains this year, to be honest. Yeah, we can have a look at platinum, absolutely. Let me just see if gold's going to give us these longs. What I do like here is this rejection could be bringing in some sellers to sit some stops above here, and that's where we're trying to buy up into. But if I want to get longs, like I say, I want to do it at a good area. And where's that good area? Below this 15-minute low. Let's have a look at the 5-minute. Potential morning star forming here on the 5-minute. Broke above this little view up level, holding it. May push from here. Let's see. GC tapped into New York close of yesterday. Something using ES and EQ. Nice, interesting, man. Interesting. Does it work on GC? It's not something I've looked at, man, but I would be very interested to hear your thoughts. Maybe go back and go back and have a look at it and see how it does work. I mean, it would make sense, yeah. Could be an interesting level to watch. It's not something I've used, but yeah, it could be something to take note of. So I want to see gold tap into here. You know, we can look for something like this. See if it's going to be good to us here, gold. I hope we don't just push from here, because I don't, this 5-minute is shaping up for a morning star. But the 30 minutes kind of had quite a strong push. That I wouldn't really want to chase that. I mean, that could hit. But again, it's not the best risk to reward. I kind of want to see if we can squeeze these lows. See if we can squeeze these lows. God, what time is it? 8:32. 32 minutes into London Open here. 32 minutes. Yeah, NQ is NQ is it hitting the daily highs? Wow, look at that. Wowee. Wow, look at that. What a push. That is incredible. Look at that. Look how many times look at this. If that was gold, that was absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Came down, liquidated the lows, held support 1, 2, 3 times, closed above. What a push. That is absolutely incredible. And here we are watching gold. What an incredible push. That's huge. Before the New York session, that's huge. A re-break in yesterday's high. That weekly high could come in pretty quick. Is ES coming for the highs as well? Yeah, look at that. ES came all the way back up higher as well. Wow, what a push there. ES and NQ moving way better than gold this morning, guys. Way better than gold. Let's see if gold's going to pick up the volume. Yeah, we do have a little bit of volume here, but nothing too crazy. You know what, we hit about, what, 40 ticks and then kind of just slow down a bit. That's huge. Are we going to get that bottom wick, Goldie? What do you reckon? Are we going to get the bottom wick? 15 trying to find some resistance. I think we get a little bit of bulk. Say if this 15 closes bullish without grabbing highs, then we can take this line and then we can mark on this low. Okay, I don't mind which low we get in long on, but just any previous low for a continuation trade is going to be my best bet here. Because if I take the longs from here, my stop's going to be what, any closure below this area, and my target's mainly here, so it's I can't buy it from here. I want to be buying from down here. And then, then we can get a nice, at least 1 to 2, plus potentially more. Let's see if we can squeeze down here. Patience will pay, you guys. Patience will pay. One candle can change anything for us. Yeah, let me have a quick look at platinum. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look. I'll watch. Let me just watch Goldie here on my other screen. Wow. Platinum looks very bullish to me. Look at that. That's huge. Oh, that was gold. That would have been beautiful. Look at that. Came down, grabbed the lows, held the support. Huge push. If you're not already in platinum, platinum is already gone. That is a crazy, crazy, crazy move. Coming for these highs here. Everything's having great moves except gold for some reason. Where's gold today? But yeah, platinum, very, very strong. There's not really too much to do after that. You came down, you liquidated the lows, you closed bullish, huge push. Massive, massive push. If gold could see the same volume, that would be beautiful. Let's see, let's see. Gold's been a little bit stubborn this morning. NQ to weekly highs to me looks good. I mean, daily highs, already been hit. Nice little trend line coming down. Came down, liquidated the lows of the support, closed above. Huge push. So where would you be coming next? Like 21.86. I'm actually not too sure. I've never traded platinum. I've never taken a platinum position. Maybe today is going to be the day. I don't think so. But yeah, I'd say NQ to come up and fill in this weekly high. 21.85 looks like a pretty strong level. 21.85. Because if you look at the weekly here, look at this. Huge wick fill coming in here in NQ. Gold trying to have a little bit of a pullback here, guys. 15 starting to come back down, which is good. That's what we want to see. That's the reason we don't chase. Yeah, what an incredible push. But again, if you're not already in NQ, do you want to buy at the highs? Not really. You want to be buying at here or maybe back down here to squeeze up into 21.86. Do we need to fill in that high today in the London session? Probably not. That could be the move of London. Like, that's a huge push. If Sammy is quiet, he doesn't approve. Yeah, I know he's not here today, so Sammy didn't make it to the office today, so he's at home. Maybe he's trading NQ as well. All right, we're coming down now, which is good. That's what I want to see. Let's see. We're going to come down to the 15 lows and see if we can hold here and see if we can continue pushing. Yeah, $5 take. Nice. Yeah, gold's looking good. Yeah, it's trying to. It's coming down, which is good. That's what I want to see. So we don't chase the highs. Let's see if we're going to come down for these lows here. So what we want to see here, guys, we want to see is come down, wick these lows and hold support. If we close below, then we'll wait for a 5-minute closure back above, and then we'll take great fake out buys. So you kind of want to see come down, maybe even close below. That's fine. Close below, close right back above with volume, and then great. We'll take great buys. Because if we close below, the fake out and liquidity grab is only confirmed once we close back above. It's okay to think we might get long from down here, but if we actually close below, there's nothing to say we can't keep pushing down. So something to be aware of. But that previous 30-minute was nice. Owlie's also looking pretty good. All right, we're coming down for the lows here. I haven't quite got there on the currency. It's going to set an alarm. You guys will think it's my fire alarm again. Yeah, MGC has a lot less volume. Gold daily, interesting. I mean, the only thing is though, if you look at the hourly, the more you do reject, the more this hourly can just hold this. So it's just something, it's not to say we can't take a trade, but it's just something to keep in the back of mind. This is big hourly resistance, like I said. It's a strong level. So could you just wait for closure above and then buy it? Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Nothing's super confirmed here on gold, guys. Remember, we need to be very neutral. We need to be very reactive. NQ's had the beautiful push here today. Gold's still trying to hold some highs. You just came up, grabbed the highs as well. Grabbed the highs, held the resistance. To draw the dotted lines, I just use the trend line here. Then I just have it changed to dashed line here. NQ's still pushing, really. Although I'm not in the longs, this is great for my stocks. Not great for day trading, but good for my stocks. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, well, crazy month, crazy month. Yeah, NQ having a wow, what a push. Are we gonna come right for them weekly highs from there? Possible. Yeah, trapping all the buys before NFP. Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe that's a pretty crazy push before NFP. The day before NFP, you got what, NQ pushing into weekly highs. That's huge. Especially in London as well. Look at that for a London move on NQ. That is massive. What are we up to, Goldie here? 15, kind of closing a little bit doji here, guys. You can see unfortunately, there's no real volume here on gold this morning. You got volume on pretty much everything else. Yeah, platinum pushing as well. Yeah, wow, what a push. That's crazy. Is there news? Let me have a look. I don't believe so. Let's have a look. You get some German PMI numbers, but not really. I think most markets are waiting on NFP. Well, clearly not, but gold is. What was this? When was this? This was about 20 minutes ago. US reportedly showing flexibility on lowering additional reciprocal tariffs with Japan. That came out 20 minutes ago. Nice, Sean. Nice. Good old lettuce wrap. Yeah, good man. I'm missing out. Yeah, I don't know how if this actually just came out or they just posted it here. Yeah, volume everywhere but gold. I know, it's quite sad, isn't it? I've been trading for about 7 years, man. 7 years. I've been streaming here for the last 3 years. Been streaming on Topstep for what, 2-3 months, I believe. Gold's trying to come down into these 15 lows. Wow, look at that on platinum. Everything is copper pushing as well? No, copper's not really pushing. Copper's not really pushing. Gold's not pushing. Is silver pushing? Trying to. Not as clean as gold though. Sorry, not as clean as platinum. Hang on, does gold usually tag session high or low before going the opposite direction? Yeah, it loves to grab highs and lows in general, man. Guess what gold loves to do? Loves to come up, grab highs, and then pull back. Same as our longs that we spoke about yesterday from down here. So this was the liquidity levels from yesterday. Gold loves to come down, tag the lows, and then have the push. So that's what I'm overall looking for. I'm overall looking for longs up into here. I personally don't really watch it from the perspective of session highs and lows. I'm also just trying to spot on these key liquidity levels of just any areas that price has bounced off support without grabbing the lows, without grabbing the lowest point. That's typically where most people get trapped on the wrong side. You know, they sit the stops just down below, and gold loves to come down, tag the lows before having that real move. So same as here. You know, couldn't quite grab this double top, so it may take until NFP, but these highs here look great. You can kind of see even here before this intraday move up, came down, tagged the lows, and now you're having the squeeze. Coming down for the 15-minute lows here, guys. 15's about to close in 1 minute, but it's actually going to close bearish, which is not really what we want to see. We don't want to see it close. I mean, 15, maybe take the break of the flip of the 30. What is that? 42 tick range? Not bad. Let me see, 5 minute. So we're tapping into the 15 lows, which is nice. 15 trying to hold support. 30 seconds here, guys. Let's see. Yeah, once everyone's made their money, they come back and buy gold. Yeah, if they get everyone to just stop trading NQ and bring it back to gold, that'd be fantastic. What an absolutely incredible push. It's probably the biggest push we've seen on NQ in London in a while. Look at that. That's huge. Be done for the day. We'll be done. We're done for the week. Done for the month. Yeah, it might be 15 still closing bearish though. So yeah, 15 still closed bearish there on gold. All right, let's see. So 15 still closed bearish. Let me see. 15 has came up, grabbed highs, held resistance, squeezing lower. If we break, I think I may look for a buy stop on the flip of the 30, to be honest, guys. I may look for a buy here. If this breaks the open of this 30-minute, I think that would be a nicer option. Because I'm looking at this hourly, kind of same as yesterday. I'm like, the more this pushes down, the more this could wick. So I don't want to take a retest entry right now. Any personal enjoyment and benefits you get out of streaming? I've been thinking about getting into it. Do it, man. I encourage everyone to do it. If I didn't start it, I wouldn't be streaming here on Topstep with you guys. It keeps you more disciplined. You know, you're less likely to make silly mistakes that you might make on your own out of boredom. You know, if I take a trade out of boredom here and we get stopped out, you know, I'm going to feel really stupid taking that in front of you guys. So it definitely teaches you discipline, teaches you patience. And it's something great to look back on one day, man. Imagine, you know, you look back on one day, you know, 5, 10 plus year times, and you can go back and look at all of these. Yeah, I personally love it. It keeps me accountable. Keeps me accountable to not make the silly mistakes that you might make on your own. So I say to you guys, you know, even if you record yourself just on Zoom, you know, talk through everything you're thinking about out loud, you know, the reasons behind why you're doing what you're doing. Yeah, it can absolutely help. And like I say, it's a great video journal to be able to look back on. Like my these kind of streams with you guys is like, this is almost like my video journal. Yeah, we could potentially take the break of the high here. If we hold here, if we hold this and then re-break this high, yeah, you may have the longs. I'm going to try and catch the bottom here. I will wait for it to actually break this high here. Because if you don't break this high and you try and buy from here, you could get caught in a very strong hourly rejection here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like I said, I used to do streams to, you know, 1 or 2 people, which is, you know, considering you guys, you know, 850 people watching here right now. I used to do Zoom calls to like 1 or 2 people. It just keeps you accountable. Keeps you accountable, keeps you disciplined. Yeah, NQ with the phenomenal. NQ was the push today here in London. I do still think gold's going to be nice. I'm just trying to see if it can do it here together. See if we can do it here with us. If we re-break this high, yeah, I'll probably give it a risky shot. I say risky because, you know, your safest bet is waiting for that 30 or hourly closure. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, 100%, man. Yep. Why not? How come? Self in the motion. Yeah, OGs. Yeah, absolutely, Sean. Yep. Yep. How come gold became your favorite to trade? Gold's my favorite to trade. Oh, wait there, guys. I may have a long here soon. I may take a long here soon. This is a nice rejection from this level. I'm trying to see if we break this high, if we push. Let's just see this first 5 close of the 15 here. I may let's get long here in a second. Let's see. Gold became my favorite to trade because I just love the way that it moves. I find it so consistent with the liquidity grabs and the price action. I found it was just the most consistent instrument the best instrument that I was consistent on. And I just love the way that it moves and it follows price action. You know, it follows the same principles of grabbing highs and lows before a real move, like so common. I just found gold to be the most repeatable for me personally. And I come from like I say, I come from a foreign exchange background, so I've never really traded NQ. So even when I came to futures, I'd never really traded NQ, so I didn't really have the desire to want to start trading it. I was like, cool, I can trade gold futures, let me just stick to gold. You know, I used to trade like 10 plus different currency pairs, and gold was always the one that made the most sense to me, and made the most gains. If this next 5 minute here, guys, can open and instantly push down, I'm going to look for a break of the high. I'm going to take a shot. I'm only going to trade one contract here. Let's see how this next 5 minutes is going to open in 8 seconds, 6 seconds. Do you play any online games? Not really, man. I used to play a lot of Call of Duty back in the day, but not so much anymore. I play like a game or two, and then I kind of get a little bit bored. It was better back in the day when you used to play with your mates, you know. Used to rush home. We're going way back now. We used to rush home from school, jump on like Modern Warfare 2 or something. But no, I haven't played games in a while. It's quite sad, but I just can't really sit down and just like sit and play games. I kind of get distracted or feel like I should be doing something else. Yeah, if online poker counts, then that's different. Yeah, if online poker counts, then yeah. But in terms of like video games, not really. I used to. Back in my uni days, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2, 3, Prime days, yeah, Prime days. But now I just kind of go on, I play a game, I'm like, it's just not the same. Maybe I'm just getting old. Brad, I'll take your money. If you want to give me your money, I'll take your money on online poker. Yeah, yeah, nice. Yeah, I used to play a lot of. Yeah, Sean, you still owe me money as well, actually, from the Bali retreat when I took all you guys' money. You guys made me cut that out the vlog. Yeah, it's just not the same. Yeah, but yeah, online poker. Yeah, if you call that online gaming, absolutely. Maybe we need to do a Topstep online poker tournament one day. I believe Dakota plays poker as well. I think I heard him mention it one time. Yeah, I'd be down for sure. I've been trading gold since I started, so like 7 years, man. 7 years. Don't remember Aaron winning. If I have to get up my history and find the game, I'll do it. How old are you? So Aaron, I am 30 years old, man. 30 years old. Believe it or not, I know I'm 30. I turned 30 in March. Like I started trading when I was like 22, 21, 22, 23. And now I'm 30 years old. Yeah. Matt is a great idea. Great idea. Let's have a look. 15. I'm trying to see if this 15 re-breaks this high. I might look for some longs here, guys. I'm seeing if this 15 can break this high and see if we can drive. I'm looking for a buy here. I know. Yeah, it's not far off, mate, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, it's not very nice, but not quite. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. Almost, though. Yeah, he talked to Rips in Vegas. Yeah, I know. I'm not on that level though. Gee, I'm not. Because I've never even played like in an actual in-person casino. I've ever just played with friends or online. Yeah, name your kid Goldie. Yeah, maybe. I think you might have to. If we re-break this high here, guys, I'm looking for a potential buy stop here. Yeah, Vegas is calling. I know. To be fair, I would love to do a big US trip. I would love to do a US trip. Oh, let's see. We're trying to get back above here, guys. Let's see. How's this 5 minute looking on the currency here? Trying to get back above here. I'm looking for longs in a second here, guys. If the 15 starts re-breaking higher, I may get long here in a second. This 5 minutes about to close in 1 minute. If this 5 minute closes bullish, I'm going to take a shot at some longs. I'm going to have a pretty tight stop though. I'm not going to risk off any more than here. And I'm trying to see if we can play this up for a much bigger play. See if our patience is going to pay here. We've got the hourly close in 7 minutes as well. So I want to buy into that hourly close. Let's see. If this 5 minute closes nice and bullish with volume, I'm going to see if I can get long. Close a bit better than that gold. I'm not in just yet, guys. You'll see when I go in. Oh, play chess competitively. Nice. I've never played chess. Is that weird? I don't think I've ever played a game of chess. Poker's very similar to trading, I guess you could say. A lot of a lot of trading psychologists are also great poker and golf psychologists as well. Yeah, if you can go all in on every move, then yeah, I'll play. Play blindfolded. That's insane. How do you play chess blindfolded? That's crazy. That's like a elite level. So 5 minute. I really want to see this close with volume here, guys. If we close with the volume, I want to give longs a try. But I just really want to see volume. Good at golf and poker, but shit trading. Yeah, good. Yeah, I've kind of given up on my golf career. My golf career lasted for about a week, maybe. A week, maybe. Alright, so 5 minutes just closed bullish. Not the most bullish closure. Let me just see. Kind of just holding the highs, holding the lows. Nice bottom wick here. Let's see if we get potential buy stop here. Coming down here. Maybe get a potential buy stop here in a second, guys. I'm just watching the currency chart. 15. I was tempted to put in a buy stop. I'm not in here, guys. I'm watching this. I'm watching. I was hoping this 5 minute would just close just a little bit more volume. If it closed a little bit more volume, I'd buy here. I'm not in just yet. How did you end up working with Topstep? I guess just putting myself out there. I reached out to Topstep, so he wanted to do some London streams together, and then the rest is history. No, I've been using Topstep for a while. I'm a big fan of Topstep. I was always sharing Topstep on my London streams. Then I guess as they expanded the show, I just reached out to them and see if they wanted to do some London streams, and here we are, man. That's what I say to you guys. Put yourself out there, see what happens. Alright, so we just came up, we created a high, now we're pulling back. I'm going to put a buy stop here, guys. If it doesn't flip in this 5 minute, I will close it pretty quick on the break of the high. If we re-break this 5 minute high, I want to see if we can break it and drive with volume. The keyword is with volume, because if we don't close with volume, then I don't want to get trapped here. So the last 5 minute of the hourly as well, so this would need to push quite well in order for me to want to hold. But I'm watching the 15 minute here on my other chart, and we're trying to hold this support. We're trying to. The reason I'm putting in a buy stop is because if we just close bearish, well, I'll just cancel the buy stop. And I won't get tagged in, I won't take the loss, that's fine. Stop loss will probably be below this low here. I wouldn't want it any lower than that. Maybe even these lows here, to be honest. If we drive and break with volume, then I can just risk off that low, because I wouldn't want to see a new low created. Let's see. 15. So here's where I'm kind of watching. I'm trying to see if this 15 can flip bullish and drive. What I mean by flip bullish is being from bearish turning to bullish. So if we can break this body and continue pushing up, amazing. I'm trying to buy back up into 3,400. So I'm looking for something like this. Trying to nice little even 1 to 4 risk reward potentially. If we don't drive the next couple minutes, then I will manage, because we're going to have the hourly close in 2 minutes anyway. So tapping into the previous 5 lows. Again, this is the beauty of using the buy stops, guys. If you don't re-break the high and you just keep pushing lower, then guess what? I cancel the buy stop. I don't take the loss. I stay patient. 1 minute, let's see. Don't want to come too low, because now that 15 may actually just close bearish. I've got hourly's going to close in one minute. Yeah, no, let's just wait. The hourly's going to close in 1 minute, guys. What's the likelihood that it's now going to push and just fill this whole range? It's unlikely. So if we actually now just wait for this hourly to close, yeah, see, that hourly's not looking great. Hourly's not looking great here, guys. I do like the buys. I just don't like the volume today, guys. I don't like the volume. I haven't no trades for me so far here in the London session, guys. But also no losses. No trades and losses. Yeah, still young. That's what I like to tell myself, man. That's what I like to tell myself. So yeah, no trades for me here in the London session, guys. I may give this buy stop a second opportunity. But with this 15 hourly, 30-minute all closing in 1 minute, it makes sense just to analyze how they're about to close. You know, you're not going to miss anything in 1 minute. Which we can kind of see on the 30-minute, you know, since we've been on here for the past hour and a half, guys, we're pretty much in the exact same place. So although other markets have had some fantastic moves here, you know, NQ having a great move, Goldie, unfortunately, hasn't really moved. But that also means we haven't taken a loss, which means we've had a win. We've protected our capital. And that's the key here, guys. We protect our capital first, we make money second. As soon as the opportunity presents itself, you know, I'm ready to go. But we don't just force it. So let's see. You're tapping into the lows, you're trying to reject. I don't have a buy stop in here, guys. I just want to wait to see how this candle's going to close. I would have been tagged in here, so let's see. 15 is trying to break back above. Get a nice rejection here. You know, let's see. We've got this hourly close in 3 seconds. And we're closing. I guess you could say we're closing bullish above here. So we do have, let's see, we've got resistance here. We have broken out here. Not the cleanest of ranges. I'll try it. 15 grab lows rejected. So could we break this 15? I think we've got a couple more minutes, guys. I'll try not to keep you guys too long, but I want to see if we can get these longs. I'm gonna give a buy stop another shot here. Kind of holding some support nicely. You came down, grab lows, close bullish. So if you can re-break this high, I'm trying to play a potential 15-minute morning star. Potential 15-minute morning star. Stop loss will be below this 5-minute liquidity low. I do have a 1-to-1 off this as well, so let's see. If this 5-minute close bearish, guys, I'll cancel. This is going to be the last potential buy stop opportunity for me here this morning. I'm trying to play a potential 15-minute morning star here. 15-minute came down, grabbed the lows, held support. Here. Came down, grabbed the lows, held support, closed bullish. So now if we can re-break this high, I'm seeing if this can be a nice bottom wick, and then see if this candle can close with a nice body and actually break with a volume. Yeah, 17 stop loss. Yep. Yeah, I think a stop loss here, below the prior liquidity grab here, is more than enough. So if we do get tagged in here, I'll be looking for something like this. Nice 3.5. Let's see. But if this 5-minute doesn't drive and break with volume, then aggressive management. Remember, guys, you got D coming on right after me as well in about 30 minutes. So I'll try not to keep you guys too much longer. I just want to see if we can give this a potential shot. Let's see. If we break these lows, guys, I'll cancel. I'm happy to say no trades here in London, but let's see. Happy to experiment. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's it. Give it a shot. If it doesn't work, we'll see. Yes, I am, man. Yep, I have one right after this. It's coming up to 6 p.m. here for me as well, guys. It's almost dinner time for me. It's a pretty steep bottom wick here. Let's see if you break again. We just saved ourselves, guys, 2 losses by putting in buy stops and not trying to buy, not trying to market execute buy, trying to take in buy stops. Because if you don't break the high and you keep pushing down like this, that's fine. You don't get tagged in your weight. But if we do break the high, great. We've got 2 minutes here. Yep, that's the hourly bottom wick as well. Yep, absolutely, man. So I'm tagged in here, guys. Let's see. I'm going to keep a stop just down below here. I'm trying to see if we can drive this up for a much deeper play. Oh, there we go. There's the volume, guys. There's the volume. Let me keep in the stop just here. So that's that. That's the 15-minute reflipping back bullish there, guys. Let's see if the patience is going to pay here, guys. We've waited an hour and a half. We've waited an hour and a half for this, and this is why patience may potentially pay. Let's see. I will go to. I will be aggressive with the management here, just given how range bound we have been. But you know, if we come down anywhere down to these areas, you know, I can manage soon. I don't want to go to break even too quick because my entry is around the level that price could retest before going higher. So depending, you know, if you're long from down here, you're covered. But where I'm at, my entry is at a level where we may retest. If we close above here, yeah, I can go break even. Let's see. Aaron, how do we get in touch? You can reach out on Instagram or anything like that, man. Feel free. Topstep has kindly put my Instagram and YouTube links below. I had 0 drawdown there as well, guys. 0 drawdown again. Again, the power of the buy stops. Is our patience going to pay this morning? And that's yeah, you know, depending on the volume. I don't want to set a hard TP because I want to see how we're going to go. But this would be a pretty decent management point. We're looking for this. We're looking for this. Nice little 1 to 3. I'm only on one contract here, guys. One contract. I want to see it break this resistance with volume. If we start to wick back below, I may take the break even here, guys. Let's see. 20 seconds. That's that 15-minute morning star that I was talking about, guys. Came down, grabbed the lows, closed bullish. So I was taking the buy at this high. Again, though, remember, guys, this is a strong level. We have to be open to this is a strong level. Yeah, we can't get too excited just yet. Make them fill in that previous hour. Let's see. Big resistance, big support. If we can break it, fantastic. But what we want to see and what are going to happen are two very different things. Not a bad 5-minute close there. How long? What time is it, guys? 5 minutes past. Oh, I'll try to be quick here. You did hold this resistance here, which I was hoping to break a little bit more. If we break anywhere down below here, you know, I may cut this at 10 ticks maybe. See if this 5 can actually break back above. Yeah, I will be increasing the size with the 150. I'll typically be trading around 2 to 3. But for the range today, you know, I'm kind of just like half risk here today. But yeah, I'd normally be trading about 2 to 3 contracts here on the 150. But because we have been very range bound today, we got NFP tomorrow. I'm like, nah, I'm comfortable just trading. I'm just comfortable trading one today. Stop losses below a liquidity level. If we come down to break a new low, there's a high chance you'll pull back much more. So I don't really need it that tight. I'm kind of already trying to look to potentially manage very soon. If this 5-minute close is bearish, I will probably cut the trade straight away. I wanted it to break with volume and continue pushing. And we did hit a very, very quick 19 ticks. But no, yeah, stop loss is based off the 15 low. If this 15 comes down to create a new low, well, then you're probably going to come down much lower. If I'm trying to play this morning star, well, this should be the low of the 15. If it comes down for a whole new low, then you know you'll come much lower. You don't want to keep that trade open for no reason. So the reason to keep my stop here is because the 5-minute here came down, liquidated these lows, and closed bullish. So that's my real stop. If we start re-breaking the highs here, guys, I may break even here soon. Let's see if this 5-minute comes down for a new low. Yeah, I may break even soon here, guys. If it comes back down to my entry from here, now that you've created the bottom wick, now come up the top wick. If you come down for a new low, then I may manage soon. Let's see. But yeah, on the 150, yeah, I'll probably trade it. I'd say about 2 to 3 contracts till I build up a nice buffer. If we come back down to my entry, my finger's on the trigger to potentially close, guys. I want to see this push with volume. Remember, we haven't had a lot of volume here today, so we do have to be aggressive with the management. We do know gold's in an overall range, which I may do that in a second. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going break even here, guys. I'm break even. Let's see if we can get this volume, Goldie. We've been very patient today. Let's see if we can continue. I'll have to wrap up soon as well, guys. Remember, you got D coming on right after me as well, so I won't keep you guys for too much longer. So see if this will play out together. Let's see if we're going to drive. How do you know how many contacts to take your risk off calculations? Well, gold moves at $10 per tick. $10 per tick per contract. Oh, look, that's enough for today. Looking out for tomorrow. Wow, beautiful work, man. 635 on the week. That's amazing, man. Beautiful consistency there. Lovely, lovely consistency. Absolutely. Lock yourself out. Come back next week. Your NFP tomorrow as well, man. Beautiful work. Let's see. We're going to get the volume. Goldie, we're going to be good to us. Everything else has had volume today but gold. Let's see if gold's going to have a little bit of a squeeze here. Yeah, we've been very patient today. That's it. Patience pays, guys. Patience pays. Whether this outcome is a win or a loss, we've stayed very patient. We followed the plan. We followed the plan. How long have we been on here? We've been on for what? When did we jump on? We've been on for almost an hour and 45. Wow. Wow. This is the level that I want to see gold break this resistance with the volume. The reason I'm break even is because I'm kind of just playing this range, but this is a level that you couldn't quite close above. But I do believe a lot of people are trying to short here, setting stops above. So yeah, you got 3 30-minute equal highs as well. I'm looking to play this back up into 3,400, which would be about like a 50, 60 tick trade. I don't set hard TPs though, but yeah, that's the area I'm watching. Yeah, manifestation time. Yeah, start manifesting this. If you start manifesting it, it will absolutely happen. That's how gold loves to move. Yeah, TP will be around 3,400-ish. See how we react around these highs. Not a bad 5-minute close there, guys. Again, you kind of see there's just not a lot of volume. You know, that's 5 ticks of volume in that 5-minute candle. I'm not going to close it though. You know, my stops are break even. If it tags me, tags me. If it pushes, great. Kind of got a little trend line coming down as well. If you really need to build liquidity, you may tap into the 5 lows, but if it gets me, I won't re-enter. I've been very patient with this range today. And I am looking at this 15, and the 15's kind of holding support and holding resistance here. Big resistance, big support. So we react. There you go, cool. I'm out of break even there, guys. Break even. So this is the level that I was talking about here. Strong. This is kind of what we've been working with here today. So big resistance here, big support here. Yeah, whoever manifested against us, not on. I do still like the longs today, guys. I do still like the buys up into 3,400. Zoom, guys, give me 2 seconds. I unfortunately just I just don't like the range today, guys. I don't like the volume. So we've been very patient here today. Patience has paid. We've protected the capital, and yeah, I'm kind of looking at this 30-minute as well. And I'm kind of seeing this 30-minute volume, and yeah, we've been stuck with a very tight range today here on gold. So the reason I am managing there, guys, is because, you know, we're holding support, we're holding resistance. Although I would love to see gold break above, that's the last 5 of the 15. And if that 5-minute closes bearish, then the 15 is going to continue to hold resistance. So yeah, great session today, guys. I will see you guys same time again tomorrow, where we'll do it absolutely all over again. Trade safe for the rest of the day, guys. Remember, it's pre-NFP day. Tomorrow is NFP. Gold is in some very, very big ranges. Patience will pay. Tomorrow's a new day, guys. So I'll see you guys then. Trade safe. Don't force it, guys. We got plenty of time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Trade safe, everyone. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. Peace.